Products on their creative team, and I have this page to show you. And let's get started. Come on down to my desk and I'll show you how I created. So to start this page, I'm just going to put a dashboard underneath, use some masking tape to protect my edges, and then I'm going to get some DecoArt Media gesso and paint the page. I want a good surface to work on, so gesso is always a good place to start. Then I'm going to start with my Tracy Batista stencils. I have 3 of them that I want to use in this project. I'm also going to use the DecoArt Media paints. This happens to be the Hansa Yellow. I will also be working with the Primary Magenta and Phthalo Turquoise. You know, all you need are those primary colors, especially when you're talking about summer and bright colors and wanting to produce something that is cheerful. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm using those primary colors in my stencil. This one happens to be Soulful Scribbles Dots and Dashes L605, and I'm just going to use that, what's she call that thing? A scruffy, a scrungy, a spongy, I can never remember the name. Mary Beth knows what this is. They sell them at Stencil Girl Products. So I'm just going to get some texture down into my background and start blending that out. One of these years I'm going to remember the name of that thing. But it's a sponge that fits on the end of your fingers, folks. So anyway, I keep on working with those DecoArt Media paints, and now I'm going to that phthalo turquoise color and just blending that out on the page and into some of those other areas where it's still got the gesso showing and it's just plain white page. So I'm going to do the same that I did before, grab my sponge and use those same 3 colors and apply some texture using that Dots and Dashes Soulful Scribble from Tracy Batista. This is just, you know, the underpainting. What you want to do is get something down that you're going to, you know, I'm all about the layers, and I love layering things up. So that's all I'm doing, is putting down the layers, continuing to work with those same 3 colors. I will blend some gesso into those colors to lighten it. You know, you lighten and darken the colors as you need to blend things out the way you want them. So there you can see me mixing in a little bit of gesso. And these are some brush tools. They're just makeup brushes that I got off of Amazon, and they work really well on these stencils when you're trying to get into some of those small spaces. So I'm going to get some more gesso out because I want to push that image back into the background. So I have this, what's it called? Love Collage stencil, and you can see that the heart that's normally in the middle of this stencil is gone, because yeah, you can cut your stencils apart, and I have done that. So I'm using that to push some of that color back into the background, and just blending it out with my baby wipe. This is not a real wet baby wipe, it's a fairly dry baby wipe, and just blending out some of those areas to bring that together. You know, you want things to be unified. So next I pull out that deconstructed chrysanthemum S295 from Tracy Batista, and it's both a stencil and a mask. And so I'm just putting down some of that blue that I've mixed with the gesso into the masked off area excuse me, the stencil, and then I will do that in a couple of other areas on my page, and then I'll come back with the mask and add the darker blue on. So one of the things that I recommend is that before you take your stencil and mask apart, you see the black line that I have running from corner to corner diagonally? That's to help me line up later when I go to place this back on. And I would suggest that you do that also. It just helps when you're trying to put the pieces of the puzzle back together and do your stenciling. It doesn't take but a minute to take out a Sharpie marker and put a line across your stencil. And these stencils, even though they're not symmetrical, they do match up nicely if you get them in the right spot. So that's what I do. Just a quick tip to help you guys out with your stenciling. So be sure and check out the other design team members that are putting things up for you over on Stencil Girl Talk. There are links in the description box below if you're interested in purchasing any of these stencils from Tracy Batista and Stencil Girl products. So I thank you for having been with me today, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.